Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be talking about the questions that you need to be asking estate agents when you're looking to buy a house, and this is so that you can avoid any future problems and to make sure that you also do not overpay on a property. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to talk you through 10 solid questions that you can ask estate agents to make sure that you're making truly informed decisions about any property that you're interested in buying. Now, question number one is, how long have the owners lived at the property, or how long have they owned that property? Now, by asking this question, you'll be able to see basically if you're able to get more of a discount. If an owner has lived at a property or owned a property for 20 plus years, then it's highly likely that you'll be able to get a lot more of a discount than if you're buying a property from someone that's owned the property for maybe between 2 to 5 years, whereby in that case you're likely to get no discount, because really they're trying to maximize the profit that they can get from that property, because it's unlikely that the property has increased in value by that much in a space of 2 to 5 years, versus a period of 20 years where a property can likely have seen huge amounts of capital growth. Another angle is that, if an owner is selling a property after just maybe 2 years, that could be a pointer to the fact that maybe there's an issue with that property and that's the reason why they're selling. So this is a great question to ask an estate agent, because really it can give you loads of insight to either being able to get a discount or maybe potential problems with that property. Question number two is, why is the owner selling? Now, by asking this question, you can actually identify whether your seller is a motivated seller or not. Now, if you get a motivated seller, again, likelihood is that you can get more of a discount. So let's say maybe someone's motivated to sell their property because they need to move urgently for a job, or urgently because their child's starting a new school in that area, and their old property or the property that they're currently living in is really far away, and so they actually need to relocate ASAP. So yeah, asking these kind of questions will enable you to be able to identify how much you can really push your offer in order to secure more of a discount for yourself, because really this is what we all want, don't we? Question number three, how long has the property been on the market? And also, why has the property been on the market for so long? Is there a particular reason for this? So again, by asking this question, you can also identify maybe a motivated seller. If a property has been on the market for 3+ months, maybe 6 months, even a year, then there's a chance that maybe the seller might take a reduced price. But again, that might be a signal that basically, this seller isn't budging and they want their price. On the other hand, again, if you see a property sitting, on the market for a long time, it could be because there are issues. Maybe the materials that it's built with is non-standard construction, and so maybe a lot of people can't get mortgages, or it's just really difficult for them to purchase. So yeah, another great question to ask an estate agent. Question number four, is there a chain? Now, if the property that you're interested in buying is actually in a chain, that means, the seller needs to be able to find another house for them to purchase before they can sell to you, because that means if they sell to you without having another property, they'll be homeless, and obviously nobody wants that. So yeah, if you buy in a chain, you just need to prepare yourself that the whole purchase process might take a while longer to complete. And also, if you buy within a chain, you may find that you're less likely to also get a discount, because the seller's not in a rush to sell their property because they're still holding on to one. However, if you buy a property that's not in a chain, you may be able to see that actually, because the seller's trying to progress with this sale as soon as possible, then you may be able to get some more discount. Question number five, are there any local plans that could affect us? Or have there been any new planning applications for new housing submitted recently? So by asking this question, you'll be able to find out if basically there are any plans for additional housing to be built in the area. If you're somebody whereby you want to be in a space where it's quite open, you don't want loads of blocks and buildings surrounding your property, you're just not into that, then you should really be asking this kind of question, because you don't want to buy a property because you're so happy with the surrounding areas and how green it is, to only find that actually that's going to be removed and they're going to build new houses and flats in the space. Question number six, what is included in the sale? Now, if this is your first home and maybe you're somebody that's keen to get a property that is sort of partially furnished, and when I say partially furnished, it's a case whereby maybe the previous owners are looking to leave quite a few items behind, then you definitely want to be asking this question to estate agents, because you don't want to buy the property and find that actually you need to refurnish everything from top to bottom by yourself, because obviously that's going to be a huge expense. So yeah, you just want to ask what is included in the sale, whether it's some furniture is going to be left behind, will the garden shed be left behind, will any sort of other fixtures be left behind. Question number 7, has the property frequently changed hands? So this is basically asking whether, like, in a short space of time, has the owner changed like quite frequently? So for example, in a space of 5 years, has there been like 3 owners? Like, if you see this kind of thing with a property, then really that's a huge alarm bell, and it's probably telling you that, you know, there's serious problems with that property, which is why people aren't holding on to it. So again, this is another great question that you can ask an estate agent, because really it can really help you stay out of like trouble and avoid you buying a property that's going to cause you, like, you know, problems in the future. Really and truly, however, you should be doing a property survey on any property that you look to proceed to buy, because this is the ultimate way to identify, you know, that there aren't any real huge problems that you cannot handle or cannot afford to handle. Question number 8, how much is council tax? So this is another good question to ask, because really it's all about identifying how much it's going to cost you to maintain this property. So it's not just about paying a mortgage, you also have council tax, which can be, you know, quite hefty in some places. So yeah, a great question to ask, because then you can really plan for all your monthly expenses, so all of your bills as well as your mortgage and just like general living expenses. And finally, question number 9, when was the boiler last replaced, and also have there been any issues with it recently? Now, boilers are things that need to be changed, I believe, every 10 years, and I think in terms of like the cost of replacing a boiler, it's between, like, is it £500 to £1,000 plus. I haven't personally had to do this just yet, but yeah, they're pretty expensive to change. And so if you want to buy a property, you want to make sure that, you know, if you're going to be required to change the boiler like ASAP, that you are well aware of that before you decide to purchase. Because let's say you buy a property now and then you move in and you find that all of a sudden you need to scrape together like £1,000 or however much it is to replace a boiler. Like, you're not going to be happy, are you? Especially if it's something that, you know, you can't afford at this point in time when you just bought a new property. So yeah, you definitely want to ask this kind of question, because again, it's all about budgeting and managing like your money expenses, especially when it comes to such a big purchase like a property. Like, you know, buying property is like a lifestyle change, because you're gonna have to be more responsible, more cost involved in just upkeep. And yeah, it's just really important that you ask the right questions to be able to avoid, again, any future problems or sort of situations that you do not want to be in. So guys, that has been 9 questions that I believe you need to be asking estate agents when you're thinking about buying a property. Like, these are so important. As I said earlier, this is going to help with the whole due diligence, making sure that you make truly informed decisions about any property, and will also help you secure discounts and make sure that you do not buy a property that's going to cause you issues in future. So hopefully this video has been useful to you. If you have found it useful, please do give it a thumbs up, and also let me know in the comment section, do you have any other questions that you would ask an estate agent? Please do share in the comments. And as always, if you have any other suggestions or video topics that you'd like me to cover on this channel, please do let me know and I will do so. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.